Well, good day to you and your viewers. I think to call it a new era is an overstatement. I think we need to find a balance here. To say that these contracts are unimportant would be false. It's important, and the further integration of U.S. companies into the north of Iraq is a very good thing. There is no downside to that, at least as far as we are concerned on this side of the pond. Um, but this is a step. It's not a quantum leap. You know, these companies have existed. They've been working in the KRG for some time. It's not as if this is a major coming in. It's not as if this is a quantum leap bigger than past deals. So this is absolutely important, and it's absolutely something to celebrate, and it certainly will not hurt U.S. Erbil ties at all. But this is not a new era in relations with the United States. I don't think the United States is in the business of protecting other countries. Um, these are private companies that have decided it makes financial sense for them to invest in northern Iraq, and I applaud them for doing so. I think this is good, and it's in the U.S. national interest, just as it's good for Iraq and Kurdistan. Uh, but I don't think we're going to see any kind of change in the way the United States runs its security posture in Iraq. And as you've seen in statements from the administration, um, I think there will be an attempt to pull back. I don't think we're going to leave Iraq. The United States is not going to disengage from Iraq or disengage from Kurdistan, as the about to open consulate demonstrates. But do not mistake U.S. companies coming to do business for some kind of security guarantee from the United States. The defense of Iraq still belongs to Iraqis. Well, I didn't see the statement from Baghdad, although I did read the statement from the Minister of National Resources responding to that. So I have a pretty good idea of what they said. Look, this dispute has been going on for over 10 years, since about 2011, 2012, when the KRG launched its own energy policy. There's just a long-standing debate over what is the division of powers between a region in Iraq and the federal government. And the two sides read the constitutional clauses differently. Eventually, this will be settled. But as these contracts are signed, there is still a lingering issue that evidently the sovereign government of Iraq has some issues. And so those are things that are going to have to be worked through in the near future. Look, the relationship between the KRG and the United States needs to expand. Right now the relationship is based on military cooperation and hydrocarbons, oil and gas, and that's really the only aspects in which the relationship is strong. So that relationship needs to broaden. It needs to be about more than just security and energy. So yes, it's strong in those two areas, but I think to really become strong, it needs to be much broader. Look, I think the United States interests in northern Iraq are actually not that large. We appreciate the counterterrorism cooperation. Um, and we're happy that you're producing energy, but the United States produces its own energy. There are lots of other energy producers in the region. Um, I think you can overstate the strength of the relationship between the United States and Erbil in particular, which is not to say that there are tensions in the relationship. Where we have a relationship in energy, in counterterrorism, that relationship is strong. But it's not much broader. And I think I would, if I were being asked by Erbil or by Suleimania for that matter, I would tell them that they need to broaden their relationship with the United States, think beyond military counterterrorism and energy, and find ways to make the relationship more comprehensive. Again, I'm not downplaying the importance of energy, and these contracts are absolutely a good thing, and they certainly don't hurt. But don't rest on just an energy contract to think that that's going to cement the relationship with the United States.